Bam. Alrighty. Hey, everybody. I'm sure all of, hey, David, Brian, and Bassman, you guys know who I am. For those who do not, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. And today we're spraying it. And in fact, today may well be our last session of airbrushing for a little while, because with a bit of luck, we can get it all done. Yeah. Now, well, basically, it's a decision we can make on this one. I'm pretty keen to go. Maybe make this the last one. The only option would be if we were to pursue the Mustang stripes, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see. Anyhow, before we get there, now I varnished that we did yesterday. Now, by the way, cheerin' begeerin'. Yeah. And around we come. Now, as I said, I varnished. Did that about, I give it 7 now. A bit over an hour ago. It's nice and dry, so we are good to go. The surface is looking, they've come up quite nicely. So, yeah. Now, our pattern, however, is what we've got to look at here. And there's an interesting little fact I hadn't noticed. Okay, here we go. I'll show you what I'm on about, guys. These was the bulk of the paint job, as you can see, is, well, pretty much identical. There's not much variance here. The nose cone is the difference. So I guess to some point we need to make an executive decision, excuse me, on our paint job. I could just go the easy way. It doesn't really matter, does it? These two are both Richthofen squadron, but I don't think there's any particular markings about it that make it particularly interesting. Because if I look on the other side, if there was, I'd perhaps be a bit more particular, you know what I'm saying? Oh, all you're getting blurred is there. Excuse me a moment. Well, just notice that. Sorry, dude. Oh, sorry, guys. There we go. Now, okay, pretty much universal. Okay, so this side is, and the top is universal. Okay, so there's nothing particularly special, it would appear, about any of the insignia. All right. Is there any that for any particular reason I like? Not really. Why would there be? You know, for ease of purpose, that one. That way I'm not going to worry about doing a little rim thing for the nose cone. Now, something I should consider here very quickly is, let me have a look at that propeller. It looks like it's 2 parts to it. I might just want to check that out, and I am correct. Okay. Okay, there are options on which end they give you, but it doesn't go any further than saying there are options. By which I mean, just so you know what I'm talking about, give me a moment. Aha! Now, oh, hey, Sprue, how are you doing? Now, this will require a bit of masking, I guess. They've done some very freaky things here, guys, as far as I'm not quite sure why they've laid certain things out in certain ways. Rubbin. Give me a moment. Let's have a look at assembly sheets. After all, that is what they're for. Who would have thought, eh? Now, I was looking at, somebody asked me to give them a hand with something. I actually went to the assembly sheets, and it was a chick. She said, "Oh my God, a man who uses assembly sheets." And I've just said, "I'm a scale modeler." It's my first port of call. Now, yes, nose cone. So how do I want us to do this propeller? It's going to affect how I do the painting, that's all. Once I find the route, here we go. So what they want us to do, zoom in a bit, by the looks, is attach the propeller blade there, being C15, C8 and C2 or C4 on top. Thus. All right. Well, let's see what those relevant parts look like, shall we? Because there's a few here that could be. C15 is that one. No, that doesn't look right. I'm going to zoom you out, guys. That's C15, right. Now the blades would be black, I would think. So I'm going to have to trim that out. That is obviously, yep, C8. Do the edges of that. And we're looking for C2 or 4, neither of which is on here. Oh, hang on. What's that? This is where probably it would be handy if I had better eyesight. But first up, C4. Oh, really? Aha! Right, yeah, I'm correct. It's down there. It's on a different part altogether. Okay. Now that I know all of that, okay. Let us sprue cutters. Yeah, sprue cutters. Where have I put them? Give me a moment. Now these will do it. We've got a few here. Alrighty, now. So, if I go trim that off. Yep, I've got a plan, I think. Maybe I don't. Rubbin. Option 2. Aha, got it. Just trying to work out what's the best way to trim this out. There. And there. Right. That goes over to here. Now. There. I don't actually need this wheel. Actually, wait, do I? That's another kit I'm thinking of. God damn, boy. pop that in my blue box of bits. I think I've actually done another wheel for it, but just in case, because I'd be very pissy if I lost the rear wheel. I do seem to recall at some stage having done the rear wheel, but I could be wrong. I seem to remember that there's some photo etch that goes with it now, which is the attached part here. There. And finally, right, get that out. Now I'll mask off the blades. That's not going to be hard. I don't think so. What I should also locate is a nose cone, apparently. Give me a moment. It's around. Hang on. Give me a moment. It's going up there. Looking. Finding. Just spotted I did indeed do the rear wheel. There is. I reckon. Give me a moment. If I look over to here. No. If this continues, I will just get on with business. It's a very minor piece. It's just lurking somewhere on some sprue with some other parts. Obi Rob knows. I can even tell you what the parts are because I painted them. Now, the fact that I can't find them immediately is a little frustrating, but what's a man to do? I've got the bits I mostly need. Maybe if I roll over to here. No. Oh, no. No. Well, that's a jolly rum thing, guys. Never mind. I'll get on with the job. One last scan just for good. Hang on. I wonder. Wonder. Would I have left it over on the table where I come in when I do the spraying? That is very possible. Aha! Found it. Alrighty. Winning. Sprue cutters. There's only one little bit. It's that. Boom. All right. Now, but it's got to be done ultimately, doesn't it? I need to get that on hand. Well, might need to get that on hand. We'll see. All right. Now, is there anything else I want to track down immediately? There is actually. Give me a moment. Or is that... Yeah, give me a moment. There's something else I want to quickly see if I can spot. Up we get. It's part of the front area that I have sprayed. So is around somewhere. And again, if I don't spot it very quickly, it will be time to just go, we'll get into the painting. Give it just a brief scan, just because it would be good to get that one done as well. Give me a moment. In here, perhaps. Very possibly, actually. Oh. All right, let's just get on with it. Get on with that. All righty, now let's get our paint scheme up and running. I am still having a little rummage, as you can gather. Just it'll probably appear right in front of me very shortly, but never mind. Okay. So let's start with this. That's going to be pretty easy. Just got to get the blades clear. Boom. And we can pretty much spray the whole thing. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So that's an easy one. I want a bit of... I think this is too thin. Oh, just a bit too thin. That's unfortunate. Oh, hey, Carlos, how you doing? Now, I was thinking about, oh, this is actually unstarted. I'll find out it's been started, but I was going to, but then maybe I should. What's it all need? Yeah, it's either, how does this, it's either going to be way too thick or just, yeah. Ooh, hang on. Oh, that's a bit good. All right, we're doing that. Don't know if you saw that, but if I'm very careful, the very width of this is almost the exact length of that. It looks like, anyway. But it's close enough I can work with, and we can then see what else we can do. Whee. Now, I think it's going to be two pieces, not one, but we'll see. We'll see. What? Ha! Look at that. It's almost exact. That's not bad. Well, we'll take that as a big bit of a win. Now, next. There we go. But I'm not, should I? No, I don't need to worry about that. I was speculating that maybe plugging that a little bit with some blue tack. You know I'm going to now, don't you? Oh, cut to the chase, big boy. If you know you're going to do it, just cut to the chase. I ask you. Oh, will I do it on? Yeah, I fucking will. I know what I'm like. Be damned. Rubbing. All right, that's that one. Nice and easy. Get ourselves something to put it on. Might want to put that so you a bit safer, as that is the undercarriage. Now this will go. Actually, probably that way. Boom. Ready to rock and or roll. Now, I've got an arm. My left arm is giving me all manner of jip at the moment. I don't know why. It's pissing me off. It's right in the forearm, heading down to my wrist, and that's less than ideal when it comes to wanting to practice my bass. This one, interesting. What I'll do, just for my own edification. Don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe I won't, just for a change. Aha! That's the part I was looking for. This is the part I'm looking for. We'll come back to that. But first up, splatch. You go in there, by golly. We can get some other parts on there, obviously. Now, good people. Let us have a closer look at what we've got, where we've got to get shit going. Okay, so let's start with the fuselage. We'll just ease this off of here, hopefully. Actually, I should probably wouldn't be to myself any great service to actually even take some of the blue tack with me, because then I can, yeah, that's the theory. Anyway, so our first line of Schwarzglun goes across the pretty much the end of the exhausts. Okay, in which case this is relevant to, give me a moment, I need to just, so that's, this gets the Schwarzglun. Right. This is relevant to these. Right. Okay. This is going to be a little tricksy. I'll show you. I'm going to have to unwrap the front a bit. The first thing I can do, knowing this is, I'll make sure it's Schwarzglun on the other side. I'm pretty sure it is. What I might do, here we go. Ooh, not all of it. Of course not. Why would you do that? There's a little bit of it right there that will be dunkelgrun. That comes up from right there. So fortunately it's a straight angle and comes up. Okay, all of this will become apparent once I unwrap the engine. This is where we're going to get some of our opening lines from, and then I'm going to rewrap the engine. The oh, hey John, how you doing? Yes, I do. What I use is, actually, see if I can find it conveniently on hand. Might be in one of my drawers. If it is, I'll show you. Aha! Conveniently, I do. This is the stuff I use. Yep. Model casting. It comes in different diameters. It does cost a bit, but you get like 25 meters. So certainly on a 1:72 aircraft, you can work out that's going to last you quite some time. It is slightly flexible. It says 1:48. I don't know what they base that on. I worked out a few other calculations. It doesn't matter. And yeah, I have tried Easy Line. I found that too flexible. And also you need the glue that you acquired for it was it was just not quite rolling for me. Model casting's really good. What I attach with is crystal clear. This stuff is gold in my eyes. Well, if it was gold in my eyes, my eyes would be even worse than I thought. It's not gold, but you know what I'm saying. It's pretty damn good. And one of the joys of it is that, of course, it dries clear, so you can put your aerial on and not worry about damaging your paintwork. So there you go. That's what I use. You can also use do the age-old art of sprue stretching at a pinch. It's not that hard. Not as good though, by virtue of the fact that when you're dealing with an actual wire or cord or whatever, you excuse me while I stretch my arm there. Oh, that is what is going on with that. I'm going to make an appointment with the physio, I reckon. Yeah, you've got a consistent line of thickness, and you have that as well at any given time when you're using it. Sprue stretching, it can be variable. Sometimes you get it right. Sometimes I did a bit of sprue stretching in my time. But yeah, okay, that's probably more information than you necessarily required, but hopefully it was helpful. Let's just get this engine unwrapped so we can get our line as to where things are going to go. Because a lot of that relates to the exhausts. So give me a moment. There's another way I can go about this. I can always cut it off. And I might just do that. If I'm very careful, just to get a start on it, you know. Almost. That, according to Family Guy, is pretty much the dialogue of polite British porn. Almost. Ah, there we are. Come on, where is it? There we go. Now, I expected that was, well, that there would be some missing, because of course I put the tape around that. But we can tidy that up in due course, and in fact, we might not even be that hard. We'll see. Now, let's get our line. So, looking at this, on the nose cone, now because it's just the propeller there, but at about, there's a line that goes across, and that's in line with the exhausts. So just up a bit from there. Now, temporarily because I'm going to need this to get shit out of the way. And if it's coming off the sprue, is it? Now, zoom out. So if this is going to go roughly there. Right. So the line will be there. All right. Now, I'm losing feeling in my fingers again. What's going on with that? Anyway, there's the red tape around here. Aha. That's probably the diameter I'm going to be wanting. I have a bad feel. Oh, sorry, guys. Might as well. I can see this is getting very etchy sketchy and it's almost off anyway. So we may as well. Now, whoop. What brand glue do I use? Well, okay, there's a few answers to that one. For general assembly, my go-to is Revel. That's my go-to, largely because of the needle nose applicator, which helps you just go get nice and easy with it. That's my go-to. However, for visible stuff and for various other purposes, crystal clear. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I've had mixed results with some other glues as far as, by which I'm talking about your ultra thins and stuff. I gave that a bit of an exploration. And excuse me, I should just my conclusion in the final analysis was no, it really wasn't that exciting. Oh, there's the line I'm looking for. There is the line I'm looking for. The results were etchy sketchy in my eyes. I wasn't overly. I was underwhelmed. The video looked very good. I gave it a crack, and yeah. Now you can argue, is it possible, not using it correctly? Yeah, possibly. But yeah. Fast setting can always be a bit of a thing. And I've tried. Yeah, I've had mixed results. But yeah, those two glues that I showed you are my go-tos. Now use there. You can even come around into there, just for good measure and extra anchoring. Oh, hey, caramba. Rubbing. Right there. It's a bit of a bitch of an angle in some ways. But there we go. What I might do is just settle for having that into position and go splash. Yeah, that works. We'll do that. Boom. Ready to go. Now, What we next need to align is these. Now, on this side, our engine cowlings come down to there. Right. So we're going to be going, let's get this cowling on. That's the wrong side. This is the right side. And that goes up to about there. Okay. Fairly straightforward. We've got to align that. And it will be right. Oh, yep, I see how that operates. And it's the, not just, I'm going to take up one of something you suggested a few streams ago, young David. Give me a moment. Aha. And I may consider putting that to use as a plan tomorrow, because I do want to try and brush the stripes on the Mustang. So if I'm going to do that, I think the pencil technique is the way to roll. Oh, come here. Alrighty. So we need to do a little V here. Scissors. Scissors. My thumb's getting numb. I don't understand. It's very annoying. I had this experience a few months ago, and then it went away, and now it's coming back. I don't know what the dealio is. But yeah, I think it's physio time. Now, there we go. There, and on the other side, right the way down. So that goes from there, bang. Alrighty. Yes, that makes sense. All right, let's do this. Scissors. Then we'll do the other side. And at that point, should start getting a bit easier. Now that's interesting. Yeah, okay. So if that's gone up to there. Oh, rightio. Yep. I was looking at things from the top here. So that's the side. Hang on a moment, guys. There's something a bit weird going on here. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong parts. That's why. It's okay. That's okay. Yeah, because then that part is, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge later. Anyway, I'm overthinking it. Now this then goes from here out to there. And then we just do that part. After this, it gets easier because I can just redo the engine and at that point, it's just the big stuff. The big stuff's quick, I find anyway. Oh, sorry, hang on. Fingerprints in plastic cement. Yeah, that's a harsh one. Hang on, I'll see if there's anything else I've missed. Sorry, guys, I've been so busy my little stuff. I've never tried that with the. I don't have a go-to for that. My best option is to. Yeah, right. I don't actually have a remedy. I try not to do it, obviously. Yeah, Test Tours is running, is it? Interesting. Yeah, I don't really have a remedy for fingerprints beyond those that you see in the paintwork, which you do get occasionally, and which I'm sure we've all gone, oh yay, about at various times. Now, I've just realised there was actually another thing. So there's that there and a small line there. Shit. Now, that's okay. Actually, yeah, all I've got to do here, is that underneath? That's underneath, good, is slight adjustment. And yeah, that's okay. What I need to do, in fact, so if you're going to get that there, there we are. Yeah, slight. That's. And I need to get a toothpick there. Yeah, right. Interesting. There we are. All right. Now, other side. Similar, but different. Okay. Now the similarity will be that. Okay, so we're going to go. Let me just check something on this side. Yep. It goes to there, to there. All right. So, that being the case, we're going to go up there as pretty much the same angle as we did on the other side. In fact, very much the same angle. And there's just a little bit there. Now this comes about there to there. And then we just want there. Okay. I'll probably use a couple of strips of this red. Whew, dearie me, the fiddly stuff. I ask you. Now, about, in fact, I'll go a bit further and say about, I'll go there. Yeah, right. Your discoloring is not what you want, mate. Yeah, I've only ever dealt with liquid cement, in truth, as far as it goes. I've never had to worry about strings or anything like that. It's, that's, I guess, never really thought about it, to be honest, because you haven't had to deal with it. One thing I would also say, and this is more to do with the needle nose applicator that certainly Revell and indeed other manufacturers do provide, is your needle nose applicators. You really don't need to worry too much about getting fingerprints on. That's annoying. Unfortunately, I have other scissors there. I couldn't be fucked picking those ones up there. And that'll probably help prevent your getting fingerprints on your kits. That's a thought. I don't know. Because let's face it, prevention is probably the better outcome. Okay, it's then done. Now, easy part, wrap up the engine. Paint pens are a very cool little notion, I gotta say. I saw somebody use a paint pen to do one of those really tricksy camouflage designs that you sometimes get with desert and indeed snow, or with snow-based units, you know. Oh, here we go. Right. Okay, now what I do is if my needle applicators ever become blocked, lighter. You'll find most glues are, well, let's not be shy, flammable. Not dangerously so, but flammable. They will burn. And as long as you're not a complete loon with your lighter, you can just flick it along the hell. Give me a moment, because I believe one of my applicators actually is blocked, so I'll show you what I do. Now, with a bit of luck, I'm correct on this front. This one, I think it is. Now, this one's actually frequently clagged because I accidentally pulled the needle off once, and we'll leave that discussion there. Here we go. Now, if we're lucky, and this is rare that I view this as luck, this will not be running as nicely as it might. That'll do really well to show the point. Good. I'm not getting any glue coming out. Now, in such a circumstance, this should work. Generally it does. Sometimes I have to do this a few times, and sometimes I just couldn't be bugging, so I'll go to my other one. Lighter. There we go. Generally, when you've seen that flame flick out, it's burned whatever's blocking in the inside. Yeah. And, yep, there we go. Glue coming out. Boom. That's how I address it. Yeah, fire does fix everything, mate. In the worst case scenario, burn it down, burn it. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I would recommend you go about it, because, like I said, the glue is lightly flammable. So, it's pretty straightforward and pretty obvious that that'll unblock it. Fire is your friend. Now, on to our next point. So we'll take that up to, so it goes from on this side, actually, I should be looking. All right, so from about there to there, other way, zoom and out. All right. So just checking my lines. What I should perhaps be looking for as a point of reference. Right. So yep, got it. There we go. Sometimes the sheer geometry of the way the Germans went about their camouflage cracks me out. I'm not entirely convinced it was a better camouflage method, if you follow me. Now, that's nicer. All right, on this side, the line goes much the same, sort of. Right. So that actually comes up from a slightly more behind position. Okay, so our next position is this way. All right. Next. Next. We go. Ah, yes. Yes. Now on the other side, it's, yeah, right. So we're going, it's going to be very thin from here to there, and then there. Okay. See, I'm just massaging my wrist. Oh. I have not done paper models. I must say they do look kind of cool from a number of perspectives in terms of accessibility, ease of purpose, just something different even. I've actually even got or something I do have, and again, it was more just fell into the category of for accessibility of some kits and ease of purpose. Was or is the model builder game. I haven't explored it very much because I've been busy doing this stuff. But what I am. Look, there's almost no element of model building or indeed miniatures that I'm not interested in, if you follow me. Purely by virtue of, well, it's the same but different, and it's just that fact on its own makes it cool. It's yet again one of those things where I take great issue with the brevity of human existence. You could spend an eternity just exploring all the different modeling types, and that would be so cool. Instead, what do we get? This fucking short-ass life that frankly isn't cutting the mustard in my eyes. I'm just trying to... There we go. Yeah. And it's again one of those reasons why, as I've said to many people before, if there is an afterlife and a deity attached, he is in for the bollocking of a lifetime. When I get up there, I tell you, I'll be telling him exactly what he's done wrong. And let's face it, it's a guy. Let's not bullshit each other. It's a bloke. We all know that. There's the number of page 3 models I'd be willing to do, mate. Don't you worry. That's a good idea. That was actually part of my rationale behind getting the model builder game, was that perhaps I could do kits that I couldn't find in other circumstances in that game. Interestingly, one of the kits I actually got the game for originally, and like I said, I haven't really explored it for. I first got it ages ago, and it didn't load on my computer properly, which is why I didn't play it. But I got it again recently, and it will play. Great. But yeah, anyway, the reason I originally got it was because I wanted to get a Condor, as in the Focke-Wulf 200, and I've since gotten myself one. What I want to do is actually set the interior up, because I've got the decals to do Hitler's personal transport. Now, regardless of anything, yes, I know, Hitler. But at the end of the day, most of these aircraft I wouldn't even be building if it wasn't for the fact that he was a deplorable human being. So, and let's face it, as far as historical aircraft go, it doesn't get much more historical than Hitler. So what I would like to do is actually deck out the inside of the kit properly with what it would have had. And what I'll probably do is maybe or actually even saw a portion of the fuselage away to show it all inside. I don't know. Might have something like Goering doing something a little bit obscene with Hitler. I don't know. But yeah, you get the idea. So that's something I'm considering. But I have that kit now. But that was also, like, getting back to the original point, why I got... Now, give me a moment. So we want that one. There. And then... There. Now, after this, give me a moment. Yep, so we're going to go down to about there. Then down there. As I said, the Germans and their geometric shapes. Now, well, they're very linear shapes. Linear camouflage. Ooh. Yeah, right. Nice one. Now, there we are. Right. I'm going to need another bit down there. Wow. I think I need a little bit more there. I think I see a gap. All right, done. Next. So we go 1, 2, rightio. So we'll be going from 1, 2, up to there and across. Yeah, right. Ah, CAD would be interesting, man. I'll give you some good options on that. Now, give me a moment, guys. 1, 2. Get out of the way, damn you. There we are. That's the ticket. I tell you guys, the way this masking, how long this masking's taking, I might. Depends. We've got stuff we've got to get onto. How long have we got? We've got about another 50 minutes. Nice. Yeah, well, that's no bad outcome. Saving postage or time is no bad outcome at any given time. Now, this goes out to. So once we've gone up to there, on the other side, much the same. Well, actually, no, it's not. Go out. Let me take that up to. Oh, yep. Right. Right. All right. Next. Get that off. Now, this on this side, we are going to come up on the 1, 2, and oh, come here, you. Bit lower. Not helping my own cause there. There we are. That's where I want you. Stay put, thank you. Really? Now you. Then. Yeah, he comes up that way. That comes up that way, and they meet there. That makes sense. All right. It gets a little mesmerizing after a while. There's nothing wrong with being frugal, mate. Sometimes it's a good common sense approach. You know what I'm saying? Come here. Oh, you bitch. There we are. Now that's. Oh, actually, I might be able to just. Not quite. And that meets up there. Dear oh dear, eh? Getting a lot of mileage out of this kit just bloody masking it. All right. There we are. There we go. Stay down, damn you. Did I ask you to come up off of that? No, I did not. What does it mean by it, I ask you? Now. Next. What's it like on the other side from here? Okay, so we go bam, bam. Up. Okay, so we take that to there. Rubbin. There's one very easy bit we can do straight away. And we shall, for that very reason. That easy for a change. And I can even boom, boom. Yes, we're doing that. Yes, we are. And then we've almost done that entire side. Finally. Oh, here we go. Yeah, right. Nice. That's some very funky stuff, dude. So we'll go with about that much. Did I ask you to fly onto my jumper? I think not. Delay. Now. All right. And then down that way. Oh, that's easy. Yay. Actually, I might be able to do this. Trim. Yoink. And almost. Oh. Come here, you. Really now? Didn't go quite as far as I'd hoped. Never mind. Yeah, scratch building's an art, I tell you. I mean, ultimately, that's what a lot of miniatures dudes or women tend to do. It seems to be more of a kits and aircraft and stuff seem to be a male thing, whilst miniatures and stuff seem to be more a woman thing. I could be wrong on that, but you know. Anyway, now once you've gotten that there, right, so that's going to go up. Right there. Hang on. Bang, yep. Oh, I see why I've done that. That's okay. That's okay. So next, and then on the other side it just curves around, doesn't it? Yep. From there. All right, yeah, that works. So our next protocol. Oh, and once we get this bit done, that'll be the fuselage done. Then it's just the wings. There's two angles we need to cover, of course, being each side. Give me a moment. I want to quickly check. Yeah, that's right. And then we can just twist that around. Oh, winning. All right. Fuselage done. Let's find something for that to sit on. Sure, I've got something. Just give me a moment. Well, actually, oh no, that still needs to be done. Looking. Why don't I? Splatch. I had that on one big thing. Why? Why? When? And looky that. All right. Wow. Oh, wait. Might want to consider tidying some of that up. Because otherwise, I've just realized I've left big portions. Now. You don't have to trim or I can even just rip it. Okay. Alrighty. Now, need to do that little area in there. Then, once we've done that, and a little bit on the tail on the other side, then we'll have finished. Dear, oh dear. It's quite the saga. There we go. One there. And that will actually help lock that all down. What you're witnessing is, oh, hello. Ha! The thing about masking, and what you're witnessing right here is why I don't mask canopies. Consider the number of things you've got to mask on a canopy, and I can tell you right now, most of the times I've done it, it hasn't been successful anyway. It's leaked to some extent, so I've just gone, nah, I just do it by hand now. I just won't have it. No, I won't. Hang on a moment. I might want to make a slight adjustment on that bit of tape there. No, I won't. All right, which makes possibly the next bit easier. Not quite. And it can be, as you would have witnessed thus far, quite the saga. Do you get the results? Well, yeah, that's the aim of the game, ain't it? Now you're going to need to go a long ways on my tear. Hang on a moment. Let's get this one off first. There we go. All right. Now, and breathe. Fuck me. Now, can I get a convenient point of reference? Yeah, I can actually. So if this is going to go, so I would suggest, all right, thin tape time again. Here we go. Three USS Arizona and two Japanese. Nice. Yeah, right. Now, further out. Yeah, a sharper angle. There. There's a little strip up there. Do you mind? That makes sense. I've also just noticed something very frustrating. Give me a moment. Not quite right. That'll do it. Now, you do, and you also get a good feel for the you also get a good feel for what the aircraft is and what it, what it was as an aircraft. My first two-engined aircraft was a Junkers 88, and it was a different experience altogether to doing single-engine fighters. You could feel it was a bigger, heavier aircraft. It would have handled. You could even feel the way it would have handled would have been very, very different. I mean, obviously, it's two-engine just for starters, but it was interesting. In that regard, and I'm sure we all get that experience to some extent. That's kind of cool. Now, a little bit here. Now we get to far easier bits, thankfully. Now, so with not convenient, but we'll leave that discussion there. They've gotten things drawn differently to how they actually appear on here, which is less than ideal, but I'm being picky. All right, so our next line is so we go there. Bam. Bam. A sharper angle. It needs to come off a little bit about there. And that way. Right, yes, that's correct. Then a smaller one area, and then it's just clearing up a couple of big bits of tape will take care of business for us. All right. Now, our line comes and goes to there. Okay. But only up that high. So we're going to wrong way around. Easy mistake to make. And then straight up. And that's that wing done. Now, got that arm, tell you. USS Texas. I'm actually looking forward to getting onto the Warspite in due course. I have toyed with the idea of actually, if I'm going to airbrush the stripes on the Mustang, a decision I'll make later, I will then, excuse me, I'm just checking the detail on here, I'll be using jet black. Now that's part of the color I want to use on the stand for the Warspite. So I could conceivably do the Warspite stand. If I masked off the lettering, other bits, I could do the stand as well. So we'll think about that. But yeah, I'm starting to get a bit itchy to get onto the Warspite, to be honest. But I've got so many other things on the go. It's a hard life. There we go, one. And Dazzle Camo. Oops, that's a bit of a wrong angle. I think there we go. Oh, hey, Big Racer, how you doing? Now, one last little bit. Deary me. Yeah, I think I won't actually be getting onto the airbrushing on this stream. At least we're set and prepped and ready to rock and roll. So tomorrow I can just come in and go. Psh. Now, given that the clip brushing and the whatchamacallit, what do you call it? The brushing and the cleaning won't take long. I'm trying to think what else we can get onto tomorrow. Well, there's an idea. What we can do tomorrow is, yes, we're obviously doing this brushing, that goes without saying, but we can consider whether we are going to, if we're going to do the Mustang, we can probably mask it up then, or I could mask up the I'll show you what I'm talking about. This. What I want to do with it, give me a moment. I'll show you once I finish masking this up. Let's get this done first. We're getting distracted. As you do, big boy. As you do. Right, so we want to go. Yeah. Just trying to make sure I got it the right way around. It'd be most embarrassing if I didn't. So it's that one. No, son. All right, so this one. Let's have another look at that. Oh, hang on. Does this still have its number on it? Aha! 5. Or 4. Christ, my eyesight is absolutely shithouse. Hang on a moment. They're finding all sorts of shit these days. 4. I believe they reckon they may have found Amelia Earhart's plane as well. Found it. Yes, that is the one for the left-hand wing. The port wing, I believe, is the correct term. At which point, that way, and we can calculate that we're going to need to go to about there. Straight down there. All righty, easy. Actually, I might just go straight for the big chunky. Oh, piercer. Fortunately, I have more. Oh, here we go. They found, yeah, that's, give me a moment. I need to go, come here, you. Hey, you're. I know there is actually some. Why don't I do that? Hello, wakey, wakey, hand off, snaky. Some discussion as to who does the various things about what is the possession of, or who has possession of anything to do with said ships, which is an interesting query, I guess. I know that there's certainly some Pacific nations that want some of the stuff that wasn't in their water before the war. They were saying about all this oil and ammunition. Can you guys come and fix that? And it's a pretty fair request, you got to say, really. So from here, I'm going to go the easy option on this one first. There's one really straightforward one, so we'll do that. Actually, first I should get some tape, shouldn't I? That would be handy. Yeah. Sometimes it's freaky what they find and where they find it. Like, you know, certainly in well, all manner of places, I guess. Like in Europe, it tends to be in the forests, but yeah, or in lakes or whatever. and suddenly you'll find a Focke-Wulf. In the jungles of Asia, of course, there tend to be any of the wartime aircraft, but yeah, it's a thing, and it's sometimes freaky as all hell. So it's generally quite fascinating. Yeah, rated for steel. Okay, yep. Yeah, that doesn't... Oh, plenty of it. And I mean, yeah, I guess it's not so far removed from people trying to snaffle off. Actually, I may have overthought that, because it is an easy line, but get off of there. Sorry, this is a bit on the wing there. But yeah, if people get half a chance, snaffling will begin, you know. Where did I put the red tape, guys? Under here. All right, now this one. And then, so we'll go to there, up, out. So that goes up to where? Alrighty. Got it. Now, next. Jesus. Yeah, it's freaky to think that sort of all that whole nuclear testing and stuff was all going on not that long ago. God, I remember all the protests and everything. Wow. I'm sure I'm not alone in that on that front. Now, so there we are. Next. You think about it, there's almost nothing that people will not try and get their paws on in any given set. Consider the following. It's hardly surprising that people were snaffling anything, because when you think of going back to ancient times, and everybody talks of, well, you got the pharaohs, they bury themselves and they go into the afterlife, and there's all this you'd think there was some degree of reverence, and the grave robbers were in there, not too quickly before. Plenty of grave robbers, Not just the Westerns. Some of the locals going, look, there's a whole stack of gold in there. He doesn't need it in the afterlife. Fuck him. And it was a thing. And rightly so, who can blame them? We're going to benefit a whole lot more from that gold than they are. So, yeah, there's no real surprise that people are doing the snaffle mix snaffle. Yeah, in the final analysis, geez, I've been going almost 2 hours just solid masking. Unreal. Never mind. At least it's all prepped up. Now we go from here straight up. Yay, nice and easy. Who would have thought? All right. I can even do that one fairly easily. Yeah, actually, I can even do this. Well, this one's big enough to do. All right, bit there. Now, a couple of little bits. Are they coming up on me? No, just as well. Then there's the tail fins. Now this one's going to be a little wider and come up to there. Yeah. And then across. Delay. Wow. Hang on. Oh, I've got this bloody piece of tape stuck on my finger. Oh, come on now. Get off of there. Look, listen, you. Get off. I was going to use it. Now it's all crunchy and yucky. You can still get off my bloody finger. I ask you. Now, wing. No, I don't want to use that side. I will, however, happily use that side. There we go. Now, on this, it is. All right. So, first is That's it. Not quite. Bit of tape. Now then, it's just the tail fins. Boom. Come here, you. All right. Next. Up. And now let's make sure it's easy if you get them from the right angle. Now, why not, Rob? Well, there's an easy start, and we'll roll with that. And across and down. You can do all of that with easy tape. If they survived. Jesus. Now. Oh, hang on. Error. Not a disastrous error, happily. Yeah, can't do that. Thought I could. Got it the wrong way around. All right. Now, I think I'll be needing to get some more of this tape soon. That's okay. Now, let's try that again. From here to there. From here to, yes. Yeah. And then straight up to almost there. And then so that goes to, yes, I think you might want to consider there. Itchy nose. Bad timing for that, I tell you. Oh, are you little? Maybe if I come from this angle. Aha. Oh, you bitch. Stay on there. There we go. That's better. And then probably 2 pieces of this will get this job done. No, 3 pieces. Nah. Now the other side is easier. Much easier. And then I'm going to wind the stream up because Yeah, I do have things to attend to. Now, all right. This should be only a few more bits of tape, guys, and finally we're done. Oh, what a saga. Never mind. Never mind. One. Well, I'll be doing the brushing tomorrow. If you're around tomorrow, we'll do that. That's what I'll also show you, just very quickly, is because the brushing won't take long, or it shouldn't take long, and nor will the cleaning. That entire operation, I would anticipate taking probably half an hour, maybe. Could even be less. And anyway, the point being, give me a moment. There we go. That what I would like to get onto is, I mean, we can have a bit of a closer look at potentially prepping up the Mustang and airbrushing that with the jet black. What I'd like to do, and I'll need a bit of paper to give some backing to this so you can see what I'm talking about. My pleasure, mate. This is what it's all part of me doing the stream. More people are in, more people having chats. It's great. Now, you can see here, we have a nameplate for our model. We can put it on the stand and everything. Now, what I want to do is, and this will require a bit of, what I could even do is just mask off where most of the letters are and around that edge. I want to spray all of into that, or I want all of that black, jet black, apart from the lettering and the very border, which I want to do in gold. So that would be something we could do tomorrow, after potentially assessing whether we want to do the whatchamacallits. Ah, yes, that's going to help with the definition. The whatchamacallits. The whether we want to give the Mustang its stripes on with the paint, or whether we're just going to go straight for that. These are the questions I have. These are answers I will have hopefully tomorrow. Oh mein Gott. Ja, das ist gut. We finished. Yay, team. So tomorrow we can brush pretty much straight away. None of this required. Done. Ah, dearie, dearie me. I had no idea. I thought, oh, yeah, there's a few geometric shapes there. I've forgotten how much of a saga masking a 109 can be. Thanks, Bassman. Now, yeah. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. First-time viewers, I'm sure you know the drill. Follow, like, or subscribe. Other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And we come to follow, like, or subscribe. Alrighty. Oh, Scott, how you doing? Long time no see. I'm just winding up now, buddy, but yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. And indeed, it has come to my time to suggest or to inform all and sundry that I will be back tomorrow at a similar kit time. and on the same kit channel. Yeah, hopefully I'll catch all you guys then. See yous. My pleasure, David. See you guys.